Tech here, back with another video. And today in this video, I'm going to be showing you everything that you need to know about becoming a drone pilot or beginner in flying a DJI drone. This applies to any DJI drones and probably applies to many other brands of drones also, but in my video, I'm going to be flying a DJI Phantom 3 Standard. So yeah, let's get into the video. So the first thing that you're obviously going to want to know how to do first is turning on the drone and the controller. The way that I turn on my drone is I turn on the controller first, and we'll start beeping. I set that aside, and then as that's powering on, to turn on the drone, make sure any gimbal guards or protectors are off. And to power it on, you press the button once and then hold it for 2 seconds. And it will power on. Make sure this is on a flat and stable surface. Next, you're going to want to go into your phone, whatever phone you're using. I'm using a iPhone 6s currently. And you're going to want to connect to your drone's Wi-Fi. I've changed the name and password already, so mine shows up differently, but for you, it should show up as a default at first, the very first time you fly it. So after that, you're going to want to launch your DJI app, and from here, you'll be able to click on this button here that says camera, and that takes you into your camera view. So the next thing that you're going to want to do is calibrate your drone's compass. In order to do this, you're going to want to click on the ready to go GPS, and click on calibrate. To start the calibration, you click OK, and on the screen it will show you what to do, but right now I'm going to show you how to calibrate your drone. In order to do this, you gotta lift up your drone, go in a 360, and then after on your screen it's changed, you turn your drone sideways like this, and you spin it another 360. After that, you set your drone back down, and compass calibration is complete. The next thing that I personally like to do is to calibrate the gimbal, and to do that, you click up here to the 3 dots, and you go to where there's a line with a camera. Click on that, and you click on Gimbal Auto Calibration. Okay. You don't have to do this step, but in my opinion, I always do it after calibrating the compass because it just helps. It's not fully done yet. Some may think that it's done, but you have to give it about 30 seconds in order to complete. So as you can see right now, it's calibrating, and it will come up and it says gimbal calibrated. The final thing before taking off with your drone for the very first time is to make sure your drone is in beginner mode. This is like completely up to you if you actually want to do this, but for me this really helped for the very first time that I flew my drone because to learn the controls it takes a little bit of time to learn. So to turn on beginner mode and to make sure you're in beginner mode, click on the 3 dots once again, go up here to where the drone icon is, and you want to scroll down to where it says beginner mode. This is typically turned on when you first turn on the drone and fly it for the very first time. So if you're not getting long distance and you're like, what is happening? The reason why is this mode right here is probably still on. Also, if you're wanting to get a higher flight altitude, you'll want to change this right here to 500. You'll also want to make sure your return to home altitude is at a good distance high up so then it won't hit anything. So in my case, I'm not going to put it into beginner mode because I've already went through that, but if you are a beginner, you're going to want to make sure it is in this mode to help you. So now it's time to fly your drone for the very first time. One more thing before you take off, make sure that your controller, this switch right here, needs to be up. Make sure it's up, not in the center, because that goes to manual attitude mode. So make sure you're up, and as you'll see, it will show GPS, and you're going to want to make sure that you've got 7 or more satellites available. So now for your very first flight, you can take off in 2 different ways. You can either click up here with the takeoff icon and it will hover up at about 4 feet, or you can pull the sticks into the center or out to the sides. This is the emergency shut off and turn on the propellers. Like this you don't want to do while you're flying up in the sky, because if you do that, your drone will come hurtling down to the ground. So now that I've told you all that, I'm just going to take off with this way, even though I usually take off by going to the center. I'm going to take off this way so then you guys can see this yourself. So you click this button and you swipe to take off. As you guys can see, it's just hovering up in place right now. You shouldn't have to worry about it moving around, as it should just stay in place. So the default controls for the controller is the left stick controls the up and down and turning left and turning right of the drone. And the right stick controls forwards, backwards, left, and right. To go up, you obviously just push the stick up, make sure nothing's above you, and the drone will start to take off. As you can see right here on the controller on your phone, this right here is your height, and this is the distance from your controller. So I'm at an altitude of about 150 feet right now, about 160 now. And if I go forward, you can see that the distance from the controller goes up also. So to take your very first shot, as in a picture or a video, you're gonna wanna make sure you're in the mode that you want. Typically when you turn on the app, it's in picture mode, which looks like this. And if you want to shoot video, click that little button right there and you'll see video. So in order to take a video for your very first time, you're going to want to click this little red button right here and it will begin recording. Pretty self-explanatory, and you can get your drone shot. In my case, some cows. As you can see, they're very interesting. So when you want to end the recording, you click the red stop button. Pretty self-explanatory. And now you've taken your very first shot. You can find this shot in this here that has your recordings. It shows it right here. Or if you just open the app, you can click on this right here that's called Editor, which shows all of your recordings. So now that I've showed you guys how to do that, now it's time to move on to a little bit more advanced camera technique, which is using this knob right here. What this knob does is it aims up your camera by pushing up and aims down your camera by pulling down. You can move your camera while moving around, look down at a subject, or if you're wanting a really cool cinematic look, then you can go and while you're flying forwards, push up on the little knob and it aims up. And that's pretty much it in flying a DJI drone. It's really easy. If you want to get into more advanced modes, you can move this knob over here all the way down. That brings up an option on your app to do all of these different things: point of interest, waypoints, follow me mode, home lock, course lock, and you can also from this screen get to your beginner mode. That's new, but if you'd like to do that, you can also do that. So now it's time to get your drone back home. You can do this one of two ways. You can either manually fly your drone back, or you can click this button right here, which is return to home. To return to home, you slide. You won't want to do this if you didn't set your return to home height. If you didn't set a good return to home height, then you have a risk of going and hitting things above you, such as a power line like right there. But in my case, I sat the return to home altitude really high up, so it will come back to home, and on your controller it will start beeping and your phone will show that it's returning to home. Makes it super simple to land, and if you'd like to cancel this, you can click the X, cancel it, you can cancel that, and then yeah, then you can land it. Another way is if you manually brought it back home, you can go and click on this auto land, or you can do the going down manually. Do not move the sticks to the center. That is not what you want to do, because that will shut off your drone. But you can go and click this auto land right here and land. As you can see, it's landing, and it will automatically land and hover over just a little bit and land. And there you go. You've now just landed your drone. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I'm sorry it was shot, it seems like it shot it pretty quickly, and well, truth is I kind of did, because I've got quite a bit of homework that I need to do, so I'm gonna get to doing my homework. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you want more videos about my drone or more videos like this, comment down below, and make sure to like this video if you liked it, or dislike it if you didn't, losers. But yeah, so anyways guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. See you in the next video. Peace. Also, if you guys were wondering, this entire video was shot on an iPhone 7 Plus, so if the video looks horrible, then that's why, or if it looks good, then that's why also. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it. Now, peace.
Hello world! Today we find ourselves at a robot cafe in Japan, but it's not the robot cafe you're thinking of. This cafe's servers are Orihime robots.
日本財団公益事業部の竹村と言います。障害のある人の就労支援を担当しています。在宅の ALS など重度の障害と病気をお持ちの方が遠隔操作でロボットを動かしてカフェを運営しています。
どうもこんにちは。カムツジャパン。私のトレイから一つずつお取りいただいてよろしいでしょうか。お熱いのでお気をつけください。ありがとうございます。お砂糖ミルクテーブルにございますのでお飲みでおいでください。
People with ALS slowly lose their ability to control their muscles, and at some point, they'll need to use a breathing machine to live. And without technology, they'll need a helper to do most things.
だから私たちは体が一つしかないっていうのに私はすごく昔から違和感を持っていて、体ってなぜ一つしかないんだろうと。2つ以上あったらいろんなことができるじゃないですか。で、今回働いてるメンバーの中には3人完全に自然だけで操ってる人がいます。だから ALS とかで眼球しか動かなくなってしまった方も、目だけでロボットを、動かすことが、そうそう、ここにいる2人もね、そうそう、彼らは手で動かしてますけど。
So this cafe was a trial cafe running for only 2 weeks, but the aim is to launch a permanent cafe by the time the Tokyo 2020 Olympic and Paralympic Games come to town. The workers are located all over Japan and can see, hear, and talk with the customers via their avatars over the internet.
Where are you from?
From Canada. Yes.
Canada.
Vancouver. You know Vancouver?
I'm from Gifu.
Gifu. I have never been to Gifu yet.
Yeah. My name is Naoko Kazu. Please call me Na-chan.
Na-chan. Nice to meet you. よろしくお願いします。
Nice to meet you too. お願いします。
もともとね、うちの会社は分身ロボットというものを作ってます。英語で言うとアバターかな。そうこのロボットを作ることによって、要は入院している人がこのロボットを使うことによって、例えば私は学校に3年半行けなかったんですけど、このロボットを使えば学校で黒板を見ながら先生の話を聞いて、友達とねコミュニケーションすることができたかもしれないと。遠足に行ったりとか、ね、一緒に文化祭を楽しんだりとか。
I should explain that even though Yoshifuji-san is healthy now, at age 11 he became ill. At this time he wasn't good at communicating with people and was bullied.
ただ私は本当に生き地獄のようなことを味わって、もう家からほぼ出ることができなくって、天井を眺め続けたっていう経験も自分自身にあるし、その時はもう死にたくなってしまった時もあったんですよね。我々がやりたいことって何かっていうと、孤独感をどうやったら解消できるかっていうことなんですよね。社会参加をできないから自信が持てなかったり孤独化するんだっていうことが考えられれば、じゃあどうすれば社会に参加できるかっていうところに立ち返った時に、じゃあ分身を作ろうと。でまたその分身を作った上でどういう働き方ができるかっていうことで、今までのテレワーク、家にいながら仕事を自宅して開発もできたかもしれないけれども、相当な専門知識がないと難しいし、コネクション作るの難しいですよね。やっぱり出会いがないっていうのは難しいので、じゃあやっぱり人とも出会えて話ができて一緒にいるっていう時間を過ごすことができるような場所を作ろうっていうことで生まれたのが今回のカフェです。
美香さんにはこちら見えてるんですか？
はい、はっきり見えております。皆さんのお召し物も、はい、皆さんがすごくカメラを向けてくださっているのも、よく見えております。私はALS という全身の自由が生まれてくる病気なんですが、今まだ手が使えます。ので手でまだマウスで操作ができます。気管切開して話せなくなっても、はい、話すボタンっていうのがちょっと話してみますね。なんでやねんって言ったんですけど、こういう、はい、ちょっとね。
最初自信のなかった人たちが自信にあふれて接客をし始めていることは想像以上の驚きです。ロボットなんだけれども、最初の頃はなんか自信なさそうに伏目がちにっていうか背中が丸く見えたんですが、今はなんか胸を張ってるようにさえ見られる成長を実感しています。お客さんが思いのほか楽しんでくださってるっていうのがやっぱり嬉しい喜びです。
はい、私も嬉しいです。ありがとうございます。
ありがとう。チーズと麻婆豆腐好きなのが分かって嬉しい。
そうなんですよ。
2020年には ANA のチェックインカウンターなどで働いてるなんて姿で、他にも実はあるコーヒーメーカーとも話が進んでますので、そういった場面で2020世界から日本を訪れた方々に各所で織姫が活躍している社会が見られるかもしれないです。
日本は今すごい超高齢化社会であったりとか、さらに長寿で、ね、本当に平均寿命もかなり、長い国でありますと。ただその実態はほとんど、体にチューブがつけられていたりとか、ね、その延命という意識があるかどうか分からなくてもとにかく生かそうということを第一に置いています。でもこういうテクノロジーを使うことによって今 ALS の私の仲間たちが視線だけでロボットを操っていろんなところに旅行に行ったりとか、こういう場所で働くことができるし、働いてお金を稼いでる ALS の患者さんもいるし、寝たきりで喋ることもできなくて目しか動かなくても普通に SNS をやったりとか、ね、作品を発表したりとかしてる人もいるわけですね。もちろんそこの何が正解かっていうのはないんですけどね。ただやっぱり生きる上で、誰かに必要とされながらね生きていくっていうことはこれから生きる上で人類が生きていく上で大事だと思っていて、しかし我々だって体が動かなくなっていくと、その時にねもう一つの体があれば、ね、将来はもしかすると、患者本人が自分の体の介護を自分でやれる時代が来るかもしれない。
バイバイ。
Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye. How is technology being used to give people independence where you're from?
has revolutionized the way teams communicate. Whether you're connecting multiple conference rooms or meeting with attendees from their desktop or mobile devices, coming together face-to-face is as simple as a single touch. With the highest video and audio quality, bringing your team together on Zoom feels just like you're all in the same room. It's easy for everyone to join on video, which builds trust and engagement, making your team and their meetings more productive. Feature-rich and simple to use, the Zoom mobile and desktop apps bring the whole experience together with built-in cross-platform group chat. Transform your communications experience with Zoom.